No, it still came up in a tab.
So we're ahead of the game.
I don't know.
Got it down to science.
Not too bad.
Yeah, switch it back, so that way, I don't wanna ruffle the feathers. Did you like? Oh, no, that's interesting.
If you'd like to do it, you can do it.
It's up to you.
Mayor votes.
She's gonna be here.
She will be here. She's running all late. You go right.
I've got a 4.5 hour drive after this, I'm making, so I'm confident. Akron area, Akron, Ohio area.
Did you just say that?
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh, here we go.
There she is.
Wouldn't it be nice to get on a train
I just doze off, yeah, that would
and
be
you're
lovely.
there?
Communication, or you sure? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, Diane. Hi, Diane. Yeah, I can't, I got it in the board pack, but yeah, you got one. It worked, it's working. This one's not working.
Are we online?
Yeah. Okay. I want to welcome everybody to tonight's city council meeting, May 6th. We'll start with the invocation by Diane Quantz. Thank you.
Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather here together to do the city's business. We thank you especially that we can work to enable our employees that work for our safety and our health to have the equipment and the things that they need in our deliberations tonight. We are thankful for each person that gives their time here. Thank you for all those visitors and people that have come. And please be with everyone tonight and those people tomorrow that are going out to vote. And we just ask that every citizen feel like their voice counts and that we make them feel like we want to hear from them and that their voice is important here to us on the city council. So guide us tonight as we deliberate, give us clear minds and open hearts to listen to one another. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Thank you, Diane. The Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I want to welcome everybody here this evening. First item is the approval of the minutes from the 4:15 council meeting.
Having read them, I move to approve.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All right, there's a motion and a second to approve the minutes from 4:15:24. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. Special recognition of visitors, not a visitor, member of our team. Chief Joel Schilling, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. All right. One week, right?
down.
On the job, official on Friday, so tell the council how you're doing.
Good, just working with Heather and personnel at the fire department to just learn my role and what they need from me and how I can help support them. Met with all the department heads, have a lot of support from them as well, so very grateful for the opportunity.
Joel did a very good job during the interview process. At the Board of Works meeting, Diane heard me, he earned it. And just up to this point in his career, he has earned it. And so proud of him and wishing the good for him, as well as he's got some members of the fire territory back there wishing their good as well. So real excited for you.
Yep, happy to be here. Thank you.
Any questions for the chief? I'm not letting you off this day. Yeah, there we go. Good. Anything?
Be careful what you wish for.
Thank you.
Well, I had my wife with me when I met him, and she was impressed with him too. So,
Good.
Thank you.
We wish you the
That's
best.
the most important task here.
yeah.
Thank you very much,
Yep.
chief. All right. We'll get to you here in a minute too. Night's not over for you, yeah. Next item is reports, oral and written. March fund report. Lynn, maybe you can help us with this.
There's nothing really to report, just that everything probably went down a little bit from last month. A couple months will go up again.
Any questions for Lynn? Okay, we'll move on to new business. There is no unfinished business. First item on the agenda is Resolution 2024-0502. It's a transfer request from the Police Department. Chief? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Yeah, the police department had, in the 2024 budget, did have an amount of $50,000 budgeted for the creation of bathrooms, or restrooms, I should say, for the training center that we've been diligently working on over the last handful of years. And we're at that stage. Obviously, the budget amount was well below. We worked with SKRN Architecture off of South Buffalo Street and soliciting and seeking bids. The lowest of those three came in at just under 150,000 in the 140s. So we're basically under budgeted by $100,000 for this particular project. In addition to that, we've had additional funds that just we weren't anticipating having to expend at the end of last year moving into 2024. So I put it together today for one presentation, so I wouldn't have to come back to you later, hopefully. And that is to transfer a total of $135,000. $85,000 of that is going to be from police salaries, $50,000 from police insurance, again for a total of $135,000.
For some reason, it wasn't showing up on board pack, so I appreciate your patience. I do have the hard copy. The resolution, I appreciate that, Chief. His memo is on the front, and then on the back, you'll see the actual resolution. I did go out to the PD, and I did walk around the training center. It's really nice, and a lot of effort by the chief and his staff to just continue to make that site look really good and usable, not only by them but others. I think I was in there a couple of years ago with the Deer Task Force, and it's more than just restrooms too. I mean, it's going through a wall. There's quite a few things, and I did talk to a few of you about it, and I just would like to see the chief and his staff and anybody that uses it, they have access to restrooms, which they don't have right now. So
I'm assuming this won't prevent you from getting your staff up to full force.
No, it will not. No.
Okay.
Partially because we're not in full force, these funds are.
This is what we've not spent yet. Okay.
okay.
That's what I thought.
And I will remind the council that the budget in the past has been approved to replace the roof on that facility. And we put, obviously, and there's been other budget items that we put in over the years, so this is just a continuation. But, here we had what used to be a facility or building for storage, and now we're able to turn it into actual space for our staff.
Can you put the mic up?
Sorry,
Thank
the
you.
fire
That's
chief
okay.
was before
Now
me.
you have to do that all over again.
Yeah.
Do I need to repeat all that?
No, you didn't. I went on I toured every site during my top-down reviews, and it's actually been a while since I have done that. And the chief, you've just done a great job of making that just nicer since we've been there. And if you haven't gone in a while, I'd highly recommend you just go see not only the training center and what he wants to do here, but the entire campus that they have. It helps you see it, wrap your brain around what they're trying to do each and every day.
This is in the building behind the building?
It's the
It
building
looks like a pole barn from the outside, but
It's the multi-bay building to the east, right behind Kroger, so just right on Fort Wayne Street.
okay.
Any other questions for the chief?
Well, is this like the last phase of this project, or?
It's the last phase of the training center project, but
Okay.
we are looking at now moving into the next storage area that was formerly used by fire and police for, again, climate-controlled environment that we now have the ability to make it into climate control. So that'll be something that we'll pursue for 2025, and Bill will present that to you as well. But, you know, something that we're able to use with our ERT team and the storage of gases and such that need to be in a climate-controlled environment.
The restrooms, as you move in that direction, did you say the restrooms will be connected? I think we talked, I didn't know, I forget now. You're going through the training room wall, and then you're heading, is there gonna be access as you continue to move into those new areas?
Yes, we'd like to have access to continue into that area so that,
Yeah.
so that in the future, if that is a ERT destination, that they don't have to leave to go to use
Right.
facilities. It'll already be on site. And then they have the training room with the big projection screen to be able to take in, to use, you know, technology right there at their hands without having to move around different, you know, from office to office. And as great as the police department is, and, you know, we have that small training room, you know, obviously this department expands, but when you talk about using equipment, it's nice to have the training center as it's built because we have the ability to raise garage doors and access things. So we're excited, our staff's really excited about using the facility and to not have to, you know, walk, you know, to actually use the restroom would be beneficial, especially for holding, you know, any type of training session. And we've welcomed HR and the city, fire, other departments to use that facility because the advantage, obviously, for us is that if you're coming, even using City Hall, you got, you know, parking is going to be an issue if you're bringing in 50 people. At the police department, you're parking right in front of the training center. So there's no delay. It's pull up, get out, go in, and leave. So, and it makes it feasible for large fire trucks as well if they need to pull in for any type of training to have immediate access to their vehicle.
That team effort idea, and then also, Mike, my point is, and a good question is, it's bigger than what I originally thought. I'm just thinking, you know, a couple restrooms, and it's more than that, so. Sticker shock for me initially. I talked to some of you about it, but it's the right thing to do, I think. Any other questions?
I'll make a motion, we approve Resolution 2024-0502.
There's a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Okay. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Chief, very
Thank you,
much.
thank you, Council.
Have a good evening. We have another resolution that we need to consider, 2024-0501. It's another transfer request from our fire chief.
Hello again.
Thank you.
We are just requesting money to be transferred from the Equipment and Machinery Fund over to our Repairs and Maintenance Fund. The reason for this is our ladder truck, as it's aging, we keep finding more and more issues with it. So there's a swivel where the electric and hydraulic lines and the waterway all pass through to go into the ladder. That swivel is bad, so as we're operating the truck will emergency stop. So we've implemented a policy where no fire department personnel shall ride in the bucket. So we're hoping to get this replaced fairly quickly. We've collaborated with the street department shop, and they recommended that it goes down to Indianapolis to Pierce to be repaired. So this just covers those expenses.
How long will it be gone?
I'm not sure.
The last part of that memo from the chief, I've been very encouraged that the street department, the mechanics over there have done, I won't say countless, but I just said countless jobs, including assisting the fire department. And they know when to stop and recommend to move on. But their ability to do the things that they do for the entire city is saving thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So appreciate you, Chief, working with them on this.
Yeah.
So is the truck inoperable now, or?
The truck can operate, so it's just the electronics. The way I understood, the electronics get pinched. And again, I just had a brief conversation with our mechanic. So the electric side stops working. So there's electric controls that control the hydraulic. If we flip back a panel, we can control them with the manual hydraulics and not the electronics. It then takes 2 people to operate. So, we take away from our personnel that we're already stretched short to operate the truck. So in the event that we have to use it, it's still operable. It's just, we don't want anybody in the bucket riding in there in case that sudden stop. I mean, they still have their ladder belts on and safety precautions, but it's just not a risk we're willing to take.
While it's gone, is there a backup?
We do not have a backup. We do not have a reserve ladder truck. Winona Lake is the next closest one, so they get put on automatic response. So if we get called out where we feel we need an aerial,
Yeah.
they're automatically called as well. So they will be notified when the truck is gone. So we still have a ladder truck, just may not be as quickly as what we could staff it.
Do we have another one on order?
We do, yes. And
But they keep pushing that out, right?
Yeah, they keep pushing it out. The last I heard was 600 and some odd days, so I don't have those days like exact, but yeah, it is ordered. Yeah, so it's just a waiting game now.
Yeah.
Our truck committee went out and did the pre-con to get everything set to ordered, so we should have a build date when it's gonna be built. That's on my list this week to do, after getting through last week, is reach out to the dealer that we purchased it from to get a start date on.
Yeah, but we can't wait almost 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah.
Any other questions for the chief?
So when will the truck leave? Did they give you any idea?
I think we have the quote here, or I have a quote, but I don't know that we've ordered it. I think we wanted to make sure our funds were in place before we went ahead and sent it out. So I can't answer that one right now either. I apologize.
Well, I know you're, new in
Yeah.
the saddle, and that's fine. Sorry to throw so many questions.
No,
at
you're
you.
fine. I feel bad for not having all the answers. but-
So I assume we'll hang on to it until the last minute when they got a bay open to work on it.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah,
I mean, that's the prudent thing to do.
yeah.
Well, I would make a motion that we approve Resolution 2024-0501.
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and there's a second.
Gotta have a truck.
Any further discussion? Okay, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you.
Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Welcome. Plan Department, streetlight acquisition request. Thanks a lot, Justin, for coming in tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good evening. I'm not Jackson, but he did type up the memo for you. So sorry he can't be here. You got to deal with me instead. So there was a request made by a developer who's owned several parcels along Plaza Drive. There are 5 streetlights there, and they've requested that the city take ownership of them. The lights are in the right-of-way, and they're all mounted on one single box. At least that's our assumption at this point. They have one bill that they've given to us to show us what the usage is. So they've requested the city take them over, or they won't continue to operate them along Plaza Drive. We feel that it's worth asking City Council, as we do anytime there's new streetlights installed or taken over, that the council consider taking these 5 lights over. We do see a value in the lights from the planning department's perspective. We see a value in the lights as a safety measure for this area. So we definitely ask you to factor that into your consideration. There are a couple things that were noted. We had the street department go out and investigate the lights there. They were installed in around 1996, so there is some age to them, but they said there were no imminent failures on the lights that they could see. They did say eventually there will be a need to install a Tesco box that will cost around $2,000. That's not imminent, but that's something that would probably need to happen over time. And then the monthly bill for the lights is around $50, which is pretty nominal. We'll have we'll be able to swap them out for the LEDs. They're incandescent right now, so once those are swapped out, the bill may go down a little bit. So that's currently the information that I have. So please let me know if you have any questions.
Are they decorative lights?
Yeah, they appear to be the same as the city standards, so the Sternberg light poles that have the single globe. So it
They
look-
don't have the same corrosion problem at the bottom?
That's why we had the street department go and look at them. They initially poked around, it didn't seem to.
Okay.
So we were wondering the
Our
same thing.
people have looked at them.
Yeah, Dustin's crew went
Because you
out.
said they said that there's no problem, and I was
Sorry,
wondering,
I-
Diane,
Should have been more clear. The street department crew went out and looked at the poles. So they don't believe there's any imminent repairs that are needed to them.
Okay.
do you have another question?
No, go ahead.
So this looks to me like commercial operation. This is not a residential area.
Correct.
And you know that I've always been very supportive of having streetlights in residential areas. But I'm looking at this as cost of doing business. Anyone else have a thought?
Well, what will happen if we don't take them over? What could
So,
happen?
yeah,
Tell them
the
what?
developer could just turn them off, and they don't have lights back there, which, is up to you guys if you'd like to. I think, I haven't driven Plaza Drive when they're off, and maybe that's something we could evaluate, but I do see some benefit as far as safety. This is a public road. It is not, the lights are already there. We don't have to buy new lights and install them. It just offers additional safety for people traveling back there, for pedestrians or whoever is going down Plaza Drive, so.
So what, excuse me, what's the reason for the request? He just doesn't want to pay $50 a month?
I
this
think
point?
I think they used to own all the parcels, and as their interest in that plaza or that development, those series of developments and those lots is waning. I think they own one or two left, and they may sell those in the near future. They may not have an interest in paying the bill every month, since they won't have majority ownership, or all the infrastructure is in the right of way. So it's just kind of like an HOA that's paying the bill every month. If the HOA goes defunct, then the city might take over the streetlights if they chose to, just to keep the streetlights in the neighborhood. So it's very similar to that.
Who all uses Plaza Drive? Is there just one business back there?
Yeah.
Look, there's three. There's a bank, there's a hair salon that was gonna build, and then I can't remember what the other one is.
So what are you asking us tonight? You want approval for this, or?
It's a consideration, so you could you could table it and say, Justin, please review this at night, or do something, some additional research if you have more questions, or you could approve the acceptance, and then we would work with NIPSCO to transfer them to the city. Or you could say, we politely decline taking ownership of the lights.
Personally, I would not want to say no right now, but I also wouldn't want to say yes without doing a little further investigation and maybe get a recommendation from you, and you can go out there and see what it's like at night. I'll do the same thing. I don't know that we're in a big pucker to approve or
Yeah,
disapprove
it's
this.
not an emergency.
How many people actually drive on it at night? One?
Yeah, it seems like it's mostly during business hours, but it's more for when people aren't expecting somebody to drive through there. So it is next to 15. It's off of 15, so if cars are driving through, they may not see somebody walking or pulling out of an intersection. So it's not heavily lighted, but it is currently lighted, and taking them over would be a little bit cheaper than installing them new,
And I
or
can
if
see
the
where
developer chose to pull them
It
out.
would be an advantage for us to inherit lights, but only if they're good lights and in good condition. We don't want to inherit
Somebody else's problem.
a problem.
Right. Yeah, that was my concern.
And they are in city right of way.
Correct. So yeah, we could verify with the street department if that's something you'd like me to look into. They did go out and look, but I could see if they have any other insight or maybe some pictures or something of the
Maybe if we had some
lights.
eyes on, it would be good.
I agree with that.
Have you ever driven
I'll
on
take
it?
a look at it.
No,
No, after hours.
I don't know why you would go back there. Because it's not even a shortcut to
No,
anywhere.
bank's closed at night.
No, it's a loop around the gas station with those lots.
Yeah.
The
There's,
gas station is.
5 of them. 2 have been developed. They'll likely, I'm guessing, but based on what he's told me, they'll be shut off, which, again, that's why Justin and Jackson have come to us, just to make you aware of it. And
It seems like it should be the businesses that come to us then if they're shut off and they feel like they need lights, but I don't know.
Is it possible, and maybe you don't have an answer for this, is it possible that if we did take them, can you run one or do they all have to be on? Can you run 2 or do they
I
all
think
have
they're
to?
all on the same meter.
So it's 5 or none?
That's, I mean, you could disconnect the wires that run out to the other ones, but it lights the stretch of road, so they're kind of evenly spaced along Plaza Drive. So I think it makes sense. If we were going to take them over, we would want to just take all of them. And it wouldn't save us any money from NIPSCO. They're going to charge us the $30 meter fee, and then they're going to charge us for the light usage. So we'd probably be saving $5 a month if we did that.
So it costs a total, 5 lights, $10 per light per month.
Yeah.
That's what it's costing, okay.
Well, the meter fee is like $30 with NIPSCO. So if you have a meter, they charge you a flat fee, and then the usage is on top of that.
Well, I can't say I've ever driven back past that thing. Probably have, never noticed it. But I'd like to be able to take a better look at it myself before I ever vote yes or no.
I think maybe then Justin and Jackson can do a little more work, check with the street department and all of us in the evening. I was just over there Sunday morning, but I went through his during the day, so.
And I could even invite the petitioner as well, maybe they have a better argument for their case than I made tonight, so if you'd like to hear from them directly.
What's our policy in some of the, say Boggs Park, Industrial Park, or out at Tech Park? Are we taking care of the lights out there?
I'd have to
Because
look
it seems like this would be a lot like that.
If it's along a public road, we typically do provide some sort of lighting in a situation like that, like the tech park. There's a light poles along the new stretch of road there.
Well, maybe start thinking that way was like, I thought, okay, what kind of a precedent would this set? Would we be inundated with lights from many other places? And then I thought, well, we've got industrial parks right now that have lights. How are they taken care of right now?
Justin, you did say in the
So-
map, it looks like it's all public, right, they're all in the public right away, they're
Yeah.
not on
Yeah.
private property.
It might be a public right away, but it goes nowhere, so nobody uses it.
Interesting
Unless
question.
you're gonna go to a business.
Sounds like many of you want to, if not all of you, want to go and see it for yourself.
I
And
think
then
we
also, again, like Justin said, it's not something that we've got to do today. He could talk to the current owner, also check again with the street department, get some insight from them, and then we could bring it back next meeting or next month, that kind of thing,
So-
consider.
One last question. You said there's a $30 a month meter fee?
Yeah, that's NIPSCO's typical fee is around $30 for a
And
meter.
is there 1 meter here?
Yeah, it's 1 meter. Yep.
And it controls 5 lights?
Yeah.
And each light costs $10 a month on top of that?
No, so the
be like
petitioner sent us their bill, and it was about $50 for all the lights.
Okay,
So-
I just wanted clarification.
Yep. So that would include the meter and everything.
Gotcha,
So
okay.
$30
Thank
meter
you.
and $20
Electric,
Thank you.
usage.
Justin, thank you.
Does our street department take care of that road year-round?
Yes.
Do they?
Okay. Do we need to make a motion to table
I
this, or?
think I would,
Okay.
yeah, to table it.
All right, I'll make a motion that we table the Plaza Drive streetlight acquisition until further review by the council.
Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Justin, any more comments?
Nope.
No, thanks a lot for
Yeah, no
helping
problem.
us.
Thank you.
Here to
Thank
present.
you, Jackson, through it. Okay, thank you. All right, I'll call the question then. All those in favor of tabling this, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, the ayes have it, we'll table it for now. Yeah, thank you for entertaining that, and Justin, thanks for helping Jackson with the request. Any other matters?
Yeah, Justin, while you're here, can you, the DORA was approved, so what are the next steps? What's going on?
Good question. So right now, we're working on getting the signs up. So this is a bigger task than you might realize. We have to find locations at all the exit points of the DORA and sign that. So it's about 30 signs that we're going to have to put
So
up.
every street corner?
Yeah, we're finding strategic locations for them,
Okay.
so they won't be intrusive. A lot of them we can mount on the street light poles. Then we'll have some on posts to just notify people. We don't want to catch anybody off guard. We want everybody to know the rules, a well-defined area. So that's our next step, is to get those signs up. All of the businesses currently have that applied for the DORA have that ability on their alcohol permit as of the date of the approval. So they're good to go. We just need to get the signs up and make sure that the cups are distributed, and then they can operate within the DORA. We're hoping to have those signs up in the next week, definitely before the 17th is our push right now. So we have the signs are here. We just need the post now, which should be here in a couple days. So we'll hopefully be working on that by the end of the week, getting those up. So.
Okay, and they'll have a scan code on them where they can see the whole map, or is the scan code only on the cups?
Both. So
Okay.
we tried to replicate all the information, the most vital information we tried to put everywhere. So there's the QR code on the signs. Each sign will have that map and take it to the webpage, as well as the cups. They'll have a map showing where the boundaries are, and we'll also try to do some work on outreach as well to make sure everybody's aware of the boundaries.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm bringing this up now, but I heard over the past week that there are some who believe that, for instance, Hoplore, which is in the group, would be able to come down here on Center Street and set up a truck or something during a festival. But I don't recall that as being something that could be done without us going further with.
So if they were one of the approved vendors, I believe they would still have to have a special approval to operate outside. If that is already on their alcohol permit, then they should be able to do that. But I could double check, but they would have to get whatever approvals from the state in order to operate outside like that. That's my understanding.
Outside their door,
Yeah.
anywhere within
Yeah.
the door?
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And I do want to put for Heidi, I don't know if you guys have met Heidi, but I do want to put out a thing that will help her. We do want to continue to push that this is not, there are still laws that prohibit underage alcohol consumption. We want to make sure that message is hammered home. We're not trying to encourage anybody to drive drunk. That will still be enforced. If you contribute to the delinquency of a minor, that will still be enforced. So this isn't going to be a free-for-all downtown. We really want people to use this responsibly, but we think it is a good way to promote businesses and promote the collaborative efforts of our businesses downtown. So
In essence, all other laws still are in
they're
effect.
still in place. So don't mess it up.
Thanks, Justin. Any other matters?
Vote tomorrow if you haven't yet.
Some people have in this room, right?
Yeah. Oakley's got his sticker on.
Yes, and because we have vote centers now, you're not restricted to one place to vote. Wherever you are in the county, you can vote if you find a vote center. We did a couple of weekends, a couple of Saturdays, this last 2 Saturdays, of some early voting in North Webster. And we had a number of people take advantage of that. As a matter of fact, I had one step in last Saturday who, good thing he had his ID, because I didn't think he was old enough. But he was.
And our local news outlets have posted all of those, and you can go back and check in the archives
Yep.
of either the online edition of the Times-Union or Ink Free News and find out where every single vote center is.
Plug for Dave.
I'll see if I can get it.
Any questions or comments from any of the visitors here? Any questions? Okay.
Good choice for chief.
You're not biased.
I won't hold that against you.
Mayor, I'd just like to comment, I drove down Sheridan Street coming here, the sidewalks are looking great. They're making good
They are
progress.
looking really nice.
Huge project, again, Justin's work for, I won't say forever, but yeah, I know. It's been a lot of work, so.
Yeah.
Over 2 miles, right?
Wow, that's a lot.
Unbelievable.
That's a lot.
So many families and children will, for years, will be able to use those sidewalks, and it will be safer than what we're currently seeing right now, so. Near that school.
You also might check your local news media for the road shutdowns that are going to occur starting today and some tomorrow, so. As NIPSCO makes its way through our town.
Oh, man.
Construction can be a good thing, yeah, so that's.
You know, when the chief was talking about having all the room out there, parking won't be an issue when they want to have a conference or something here, I was thinking, well, maybe we should move City Hall out there because
It
we
is
definitely
nice.
have a parking issue downtown.
Yeah, the layout there and everything, you guys need to see it if you haven't been out there in a while.
And by the way, let me just say, I want to, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody up here and the members of the city who reached out to me and my family with the passing of my mother. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. And I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Yep.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned, thank you. Have a safe drive or walk home. Thank you.
There's one area where they raised the sidewalk, and it's about that wide.
It was nice of you to come to
Foot off the ground.
Thank you.